And we are streaming. Hello, and welcome to Charles Confusion for the 21st of April 2021. Hope we are all doing okay. Again, Prospero, nice to see you again. Unfortunately, it is just the two of you at the moment, so we are at the stage of waiting for a fourth. But we'll see how that goes. Hello again. And in fact, good evening. Oh dear. As an aside, I think I need to think of something else to stream tomorrow, actually, come to this. Because I've now finished Reg. I suppose we could go back to the other fishing game I was kind of doing, which, Dark Chronicle, I mean. Oh, in the meantime, just sort a couple of small bits out. Oh dear. We'll give 5-10 minutes to just see if people do turn up. Well, probably closer to 5 than 10. And if not, I'll probably do my round of 10 ho early. Huzzah for Fridays off. One sandwich short of a picnic. Yeah, I mean, that's typically how it goes. Demo has joined us, so we at least do have a game going. So thank you very much. Let's get things underway. We actually have... Oh, the Kendon's also here. Hello. Right. Well, now I've got a dilemma. You know what? I'm going to let you four have a round. I'm going to actually feed the cats early, and I'll be back in a couple of moments to, you know... do some commentary, I guess. So, game has started. Good luck. And as I said, I'm going to take an early break. Indeed, that is exactly how it is, Aegon. You are supposed to sit there and play for my entertainment. It's certainly what my cats think of, you know. It's just an extension of the cat dynamic. But in the meantime, as I said, we had 3 turning to 5 rather suddenly. Daikendon hasn't played with us in quite a while. Oh, I'm in matchmaking, I can't spectate. And I figured, you know what? It's been a while since I've done a commentary round on a game, so let's go and do this. So now, show me an entertaining game in about 15 seconds. One. Alright, let's begin. Okay, we will, of course, follow the dealer, so Daikendon. Starting with a... Well, clear the honors and see what happens. Demo has a pretty decent Tanyo attack, depending. He's not actually that far away from having quite a lot here, considering. 4, 5... Yeah, so... Ishanten. Aegon has 5 dragons, which might develop into something, but immediately Demo on the quick attack here. 6-9. Yeah, that's a rare, good, fast attacking hand. Aegon's also on 5 pairs, so that's something to consider from there. Prospero, yeah, hand is, I mean, not the worst considering things, but oh boy. In this position, yeah, 9 was probably worth keeping with the 7 in hand, but again, he's focused on the Cheetoy at the moment, I think, so. That might change things. Okay, this could balloon. Prosper's also hit 2 triplets here. Two triplets, 2 pairs. There's some hands going on here. Oh, that's actually not the worst draw at all. Cut the 2, give yourself options. Yep. That's the Tile of Doom, but Aegon dodges. Deciding not to cut the middle tile, I think, more than necessarily reading it as the most dangerous, because, I mean, it's a half Suji. 9's been played. But either way, good read from Aegon. Whatever his reasons behind it, it's a good read. You know, potentially has the ability to include it, depending on what's going on with it. Decides to cut a dragon, so he's still on the Cheetoy thing at the moment. I don't know how many opportunities he had to... Oh, he's got the Cheetoy. So it's identifying the 8 or the 7, depending on which way around he wants to do it. Goes for the silent 7, which is probably fine. His handy, though, is Cheetoy only. No Dora to speak of. No Forever Advancement, but there are a lot of Sozi tiles out. 7-4 is not like... Well, 6 is played, 8's played, 9's played. A 7-4 weight could be read up from the full discard pool, but... But hey, if you're instantly in Tempai, you can instantly pick up a win, so... Nope, you display Chin, yep. It's a bit late for him to switch, there's only 6 draws, well, 6 tiles left. But he's got there, more or less. Oh! Chitoi, Nami. Only 1600 because there's no reach or door attached to it. It's fairly cheap as it turns out, but yeah, kept dangerous tiles and kept going. Right, so demo. Got a really fast hand last time, and this is pretty decent. Aegon, Dragon Pair, 1 Dora, and a reasonably connected hand. Plus 2 additional pairs with that as well. Prosper's opened 3 pairs. 1 of its own wind. Has directions and options. And I can run a couple of pairs. Some extended sequences things. Yeah. Also, hi, Kara. Right, Doubleton, Ishanten for demo. Potentially Ipeke Pinfu for Daikendon, and Aegon still needs a bit of development time. Okay, better Ishanten for demo. That gives Aegon his dragon. I mean, Aegon's still got quite a few loose tiles, but given all his loose tiles are in his suit he doesn't want, that might actually be fine for him here. He's a bit away from it. Second row, free to go to Honitsu, but it's probably his best bet. Just wish you'd have played... again, that might not have been what he was intending on originally, but this is why you kind to play the risky tiles early rather than going with the Tarnpin first row. But because now he's in a state of playing risky tiles in the middle game. Call for Ishanten from Prospero, Tanyo only, but again, it moves the game on, so that's fine. Could have called that, but he'd been left with an isolated 9, so fine. Alright. Doubleton on a 5-6. Both 6s are in Daikendon's hand. 1-5 left in the wall if Prospero doesn't play it here, and he does. No. And kind of what I was discussing with Aegon here, you're playing middle tiles in the middle rows is never usually a good plan unless you are hitting Tempai for a reasonable hand. And playing them early if you can is... I mean, obviously he had no choice in that particular case, but, you know. Anyway. Another pretty decent hand from Demo. Aegon's hit... Yeah, Aegon's not doing too badly. If he closes that 3-4 early, or just decides to get rid of it, this is going to be reasonably quick on that end. Prospero, a bit disjointed, but I agree with the push here. He's got the concealed Yakuhai, so call and see what happens to move the game on. But actually, he's now added Vidora in. Don't know if necessarily... we got the pair of 6s. You don't go Honitsu here. You just take the quick hand. Again, on hand's decent, but against what other people have got, I think it's going to be left behind a little bit. Yes, I can break up the West rather than breaking up the 5 is a misplay on my part. There's some carnage. Because now that 5 is really difficult to get rid of against well, it depends if you read Prospero on an outside hand or not, but... But we'll see. Prospero going into a naked weight on South or 8, I suppose. In the future, I would imagine. 6 is also going to be awkward for Aegon, particularly, but... Okay, that's advanced. Megan's now got a decision to make. Does play the risky tile. Prospero hits Tenpai for the 7 pin, which free in people's hands, unlikely to come out, but Tenpai is better than not in most situations. Egan's advancing rapidly. That's how I didn't miss the that was for new Dora. I had missed the white was Dora, or had been made Dora anyway. Wasn't people's hands, so. Oh. Potentially useful for Egan, depending on what he wants to do here. So that's the cut for the sequence, so he's relying on getting the 6-9. Obviously, we know that's a little more awkward than it would otherwise be, but 9's a potential. Just actually free them out. No, that's actually... Oof. That might be a miss, but... Obviously, he's got no way to know about the 6s, but 6s are a middle tie. You have to assume they're in people's hands in the mid-game. That, though, gives him a free 6-weight. Not, I mean, there's only a free left and it's in people's hands. It's partially a dead weight. It's a good weight, but it's a dead weight. Does he weight number 2 as well? No, he doesn't, unfortunately. Actually, does he? Pair, 1, 2, 3. No. Darn it. Not quite an extending thing there, but... Oh, and that's... So Prospero's also out of weights with this. Basically, it's a battle of the dead weights. Although he has now put himself out of Tenpai. He obviously had Carnage for a while. Either he's desperate for safe tiles, which might have been a reason for that choice, or... Oh. Oof. Debating something here. Yeah. Unfortunate, but you pick up the draw, you take the lead. Extend the lead, actually. And we move to Egan Steeler's turn. Okay, so after clearing out the honours, I think I'm liking both Egan's and Demo's hands off at the moment. Prospero's isn't too bad either. I'm liking all the hands, really. Yeah, again, I've probably got the most to do, but these are all reasonable. Okay, Prospero committing to the Itsu with that call. Which is going to be awkward as 3 of the 7s are used and in a way that means they're not going to come out very often. His other options are just draw that pair of Easts with 2 of them gone, so no, that's not an option either. Oh, that early commit is probably going to backfire on Prospero. We'll see if he can develop anything out of that, but yeah, that's now all the 7s done. Potentially, Daikendons could come out, given he's already got an established pair or 2 there, so he will need to drop something at some stage, but there's no guarantee that 7's coming out. Because he's got 2 pin as a safer pair drop if he needs to make one. Meanwhile, Tanyo for Egan would be fine. Just get a Renchan, gain a few more points on the board. Good draw. Not agreeing with the 3-pin discard. You could have played the 8 potentially, because that establishes this as your definite pair. It means you're definitely going for Tanyo and you can call anything else. There's still a chance. Obviously, he's already played one 9-man, but he could potentially play another one. If he ends up 7-8, obviously, as established, 7 is something Prospero needs, but if he does discard, end up on a 7-8, that's obviously for a 10 for later, which I've probably taken the opportunity to get out of, given that there's not a lot of different... Oh, actually, yeah, actually, he's played the 2-pin. Okay. Yeah, the for a 10 either way with that, unfortunately. I don't know. Even with the for a 10, I'd have probably been inclined to take the one that confirms the Yaku I'm working towards. Options here. Open Khan does get the tile he needs, does get the 10 tile. Yep, and gets 2 Dora out of it. Yeah, fine. That is a move. That is in fact a move. Alright, so 5-8. 1-5, 1-8 in people's hands, 1-8 on the board. And there's the Ron. Oh, that was a multi-Dora Cheetoy that was kind of a bit away from, but yeah, he can just snipes a freehand win there. And continues marching on. Alright. Possibilitsu. In more serious things, actually this... No, he's already played it once though, so no more Possibilitsu. He's immediately discounted the Possibilitsu. But what he does have is potentially a Sanchiku in the 5-6s. Yeah, pretty alright. Yeah, I mean, that Khan did everything for him, actually. Prospero with a Yakuhai pair and a bit of cleanup to do. Daikandon. Not impossible, but a bit slow. Also getting rid of one of these at some point. Needs to connect something to the 2-6 and has one too many pairs right now, although one of these will be probably drops for extended, so... Freehand dealer as well, so... See, now he could have gone for that Possibilitsu. To be fair, he's got other things in his mind, and certainly that was just my impression with 7 tiles immediately, but pin 2's fine. No need to go for a restrictive hand, even if you've got most of the pieces. Okay, up to 5 pairs from Daikandon. It is, but I think that his opener was probably something to consider with that. It is. It was very possible from his opening hand, then he just cuts the 1. It's a lie. It's never a lie. It's a dream. It's a dream. So, yeah, Dora and 2 middle tiles for his Cheetoy, but if he does get that 8, then it's Tanya Cheetoy 2, so that's Mungan straight away. Riichi is a definite Hanneman. 4-4 in people's hands. Obviously, 1 Dora in each of those 2. So there's 1 left in the wall. And as for 5, so... Again, 1 each hand. So, either way, it's restrictive. Frostproof folded. That's. I mean, he had a pair of selves earlier, and I just realised there's another one in his discard pool because I've not been paying attention. So he's obviously decided to just push for Tanyo or over that. But Tanyo and South are the same value. I'd have been more inclined to hold the Yakuhai pair until you needed something safe, but. But again, Tanyo and South are the same value in this position, so it's not necessarily a mistake. Just, again, I've not been paying attention to what he's really been doing, but... There's the Chitoi Tenpai, so I assume it's going to be a Dora wait. It is. There is one left in the wall. Demo is extremely unlikely to play theirs. Dagon is extremely unlikely to play his. But that is Mungan. I'm starting out. Yeah, we have moved on to British summertime. So yes, we probably are an hour earlier. Oh, that's going to be a Dora discard. Sagan's tricking me. Dora discard is Tenpai, but... Okay. On the one hand, yes, Aegon made the correct call by not discarding the Dora there. On the second, though, if you weren't going to discard the Dora, I don't think the call was worth it. He has, however, again, hit Tenpai off of a not necessarily correct move, because of course Aegon did. 6-9 for a 10 Tenpai. Oh, when he's hit the last Dora as well, so he's sniped Daikendon's last winning shot. Has now got a 1-4. Also for a 10. On the last 4, which is in Prospero's hand, admittingly. Yeah. Alright, what's his next evolution? Because this doesn't work for him at the moment. No, okay. Just lost this guy, Tenpai. Yeah, when you know, apparently. That's just... Yeah, no, absolutely. That's I mean, he had a Khan that looked kind of silly and gave him 2 Dora, and basically meant he just got the winner next round, and then that. Alright, well, Aegon's on a bit of a rampage then. That is 4 repeats in the centre, but I think that's from... Just get a quick log here. Draw. Yeah, that is just how that's gone. Yeah, true, which is why I'm saying that making the 5-pin call at that point was a mistake if you weren't going to try it. But the fact that he did that and then broke up his effective Tenpai from that, putting himself basically in the same one-away state, was strictly speaking not a great move. The fact that it worked out for him is notwithstanding. Just... But anyway, Aegon's got another reasonably decent hand here. If Aegon might be listening to me, in which case that's fine. He's allowed to in this position. It's a bit weird because obviously I'm not used to people necessarily responding to what I'm just saying. But obviously he's got his own game to focus on. But yeah, I'm not sure. I have to look back, but I'm not sure it was 100% safe. It was probably safer than playing Medora. But anyway, Prospero for Tanya. You're 5 minutes each. This is why I'm saying I can do it. But you know, again, not something I would necessarily be used to. Usually, if I was talking about a particular hand in progress, I'd be talking with just the chat, not necessarily the person involved. But it's fine. Got the answer. So it's been a while since I've done one of these commentary style rounds. Meanwhile, though, Demo's got Tanyo pretty much there. Prospero, Tanyo, but needs a bit of work. And Daikendon, bit of a mess at the moment. Possibly looking at Chitoi, or at least just grabbing a couple and going for the Manzu Honitsu, potentially. But what is Temp Down Aegon going to manage? Reach potential Sun Unko 6-7 weight. Those are 2 draws. By the way, just Daikendon completing 2 triplets there. It's double Yakuhai, Honitsu, and getting there quite rapidly if he thinks the 6-8 will pass. I meant the other 6-8, but obviously he's gone for the Tenpai and the 7. Which is understandable. But there's the dealing. Okay, on to Prospero, who has the Dora Dragon decision. It is the only one out there, but it is always a decision, and he's gone for keep, at least for now. North, What draw a dragon now for demo to consider. And he's also keeping. So, Prospero, 19k behind at this stage. Hand's not amazing. It's going to depend a lot on what happens with these red dragons at this point. I'd probably already have thrown it, given things at this stage. But he might be considering he needs it for the value boost. Which, again, is equally fine. Just, it's that dilemma. He essentially only has it as a he's the only loose tile he's got left now, so he's going to have to make a decision like imminently. And the longer you leave it, the more dangerous it gets. But it's never nice to give away a Mungan. Is the counter argument to this. If you give it away, if you discard it and somebody calls it, it is a Mungan. So. Alright, where are we looking at? So demo is also Ishanten, again with that red in hand. He decides not to call the East at this point. So you'd call East, play 6. Not seeing a downside. I mean, he's not calling for Tempai, but he's calling for a hand advancement, and it guarantees what he's doing. Gives him 2 safe tiles, I suppose, but I mean, he's not that far ahead of demo. In terms of things, I'd probably have pushed for a hand here. Meanwhile, Daikendon draws another useful tile, and he's getting ever closer. Ishanten tries not to switch up. Obviously, it looks like it's going to end up being a pairweight, or if he draws an incidental 8, just being on the 3/6, which is ideal. But yeah, cut one of the pairs now. That is the 8. This is the time. And there it is. So, Riichi Pinfu 5/8. Fortunately, a lot of them are done. It's basically one remaining. But if you're going to draw it anyway, is it... Yeah. Okay, Riichi Ipatsu Sumo Pinfu, and the gap reduces. Okay, South round. We drew Daikendon in last place. Hasn't been playing particularly badly from what I've observed, but just got a bit unlucky. There have been some particularly quick and interesting hands around there, but he's had his Tempai opportunities a couple of times. Just hasn't worked out for him. This hand, unfortunately, is a little awkward. It's not what you want when you're at a dealer. You got an alien wind pair. You don't have an easy Yaku. All skill, absolutely. The only plus side is Dao's hand is obviously he's got singles of all the dragons. Is equally a little awkward. We'll see where he is once he clears those, though, because eventually that will probably give you a Tanyo. Aegon's hand is reasonable as well. Yeah, Daikendon might have time, but it's never good to see this kind of hand as a dealer, because you've got to grind it out and hope you have enough time. On the plus side, 2 safe tiles, almost certainly. Yep, so that's some progress. Just needs to clear up, needs to fill in these closed weights at this point. And the sooner the better. You'll probably be able to clear to just discard one of these, probably not this one. But obviously that's the one he's also least likely to get in a random draw. That's useful. And now dropping the pair. Which makes sense. 9 is probably if you got 2 of them, it's probably an okay thing to drop one here. Also means you need one less closed weight if you're considering you're going to be discarding the 7 at some point. True. Speaking of, Demo's just picked up his second. It is Ishanten with a safe red dragon. It does look as if it's coming up Demo at the moment. Aiden calls. He's got a Tanyo and... yeah, Tanyo not only, but this is good enough. All of his pairs are, unfortunately, middle tiles, though, so chances of getting them are unlikely. Still Ishanten for Demo. That's Dora free. Ouch. Aiden also just hit Tenpai. 4-7 Sozu for Tanyo. That is progress. Unfortunately, the 7's got to be the one played, but Aigen's Tsumo's. Cheap hand into the probable Mungan. And Aigen defends his lead. Demo's dealer turn. But it wouldn't have worked. But I get it, but it wouldn't have worked. Okay, Prospero with the call. His hand's a bit of a mess, but it is a Yakuhai, and obviously moves the game onto his dealer turn, which he might need for any shot at gaining positions or maintain, or even potentially defending third at this stage. Aigen might go for Honitsu, depending on how he wants to switch this up, but the East isn't doing a lot in his hand at the moment. No, he's keeping the 4-4-7. So I think some work needs to be done here, but Demo's hand is almost perfect. In fact, there it is. Single weight on the Dora on turn 5. Best of luck. Okay, 4 pairs for Aigen, so possible Chitoi options here. Prospero, of course, partially committed, so I want to go a bit harder with this. Okay, North. Oh, yeah. North and another triplet. I mean, Daikendon's hand isn't bad, objectively, so... one more advancement, and he has reach either on the edge free or the 1-2. You can call that. He needs to call that if he's going to. There we go. Still Ishanten, but he's got the important part of his hand done. Aigen kind of leaning into this Chitoi with now Ishanten for it. That is Tenpai. 3-6 Sozu. Aigen deals in. North 1. Aigen maintains the lead. Going into his dealer turn. 2 hands left. Three pairs, 1 Dora. It's pretty reasonable. Anything connected to the 5-8, hopefully either discard this or draw something useful to it. Yeah, this has legs. In fact, Aigen already getting rid of this closed weight. Prospero, Dragon and Bits. Not the worst hand in the world. Daikendon, we'll see where he is after he clears the honor tiles out. And Demo's hand looks pretty decent as well. So there is a bit of a race going on here. Aigen did hit Dora 2. And by taking this call, he has kind of forced himself to go for Toy, I think. Potentially. Obviously, he only had the single friso for it, but obviously the other two sequences were nearly finished as well, so... Very specific tiles, though, which is always the thing I consider with that kind of equation, but yeah. You're not necessarily wrong. Right, so obviously, Adora is unlikely to come out of anybody. Prospero has now kind of leaned himself into the Honitsu quite hard. Obvious Honitsu is obvious, but that might have a bearing on the game somewhat. Somewhat, at least in terms of what Aiden does with it. One East plate, okay. I can understand that. Unfortunately, his hand is almost definitely going to be slower. The only plus point for him is Demo is going to have to discard a Dora to continue his. Yeah, now there is more value on the board. And of course, Haken got it. Oh, Paradora. Okay, so that is pretty good for Demo. Well, obviously pretty good for Demo, but that's possibly devastating for Egan's plans of this hand. I think he might be playing for Tenpai here. Alright, two middle calls from the dealer. What do we think? That is a call. It does not give Tenpai. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that call, because I think he had better... His hand's now more disjointed than it was with that. Yeah, his hand is now simultaneously more obvious and less likely to finish. Single weight. But Hagen is just... Prosper has to call this. You don't not call here. You kind of have to. The good news is it does give him the switch if he wants to make it. To just go... well, I mean, he already has a red, so he can win on anything anyway. So he has to go with the one man. But now you have 0 defense, Prospero, so good luck. Could have waited on West. He could have waited on anything, he already has the churn. But obviously West, ideally for value. Oh, that is a disappointing deal in Hagen. I mean, 39. You had a 4-pin you could have played. I realise you have the value, but from an Ishansen perspective, I'd have played safe to it as much as I could have done. I get it. Obviously, again, you have potential Hanneman, but there's a limited... You have to assume his value. Okay, so Prosperous hand is really awkward, and they've already decided they're not going to go with the 8 attack Kokushi here. So, let's see. So, in terms of Prospero's position here, he's a dealer Mungan back. But this hand is really awkward to try and get into. Going on the offensive. So Aiden doesn't need much. He needs, what? 1,300 points. So Tanyo and triplets to do it. But Demo has already hit Tenpai. West Dora 2. And Aiden is committing to Honitsu or triplets at the moment. Which is probably overkill, but you know, it does the job of adding pressure here. So Demo only wins on 6 pins as well, worth noting. But Okay. What's that candle need? So 6-1. I'm just looking at the potential options here, but Riichi, Pinfu, 1 Sumo would be enough for Daikandon, I think, to get a position at least. Well, Aigen's Toy is coming together. Technically Senpai on the 4-man. I'd say that comes out. It actually gives Aigen his thing there, but meanwhile, Prospero has slowly clawed this hand back to something getting there. I think he's going to be too late. There are 6. Aigen does the correct thing. Daikandon also decided not to call that, which makes sense. The hand is too close towards Chanter to make any use of that. Technically Tenpai again if Aigen wants it, decides not to take it. What's the 4 here? I mean, sensible. Alright. Late game, needing value, needing Tenpai. I think you can this. Okay, holds off. You only have 3 more draws. I think you... I prefer to know what the first one of those is immediately. That is probably cutting off Aigen's winning chances. Daikandon getting the other 8 in. Demo decides to switch up now into 6-9. Now he can't. And that's a high T. Yeah, I think that had to be done a bit earlier, unfortunately, but hey. You managed to hold... Yeah, you actually are 4th because of the dealing, actually. So no, you did hold on, but... No, there were no draws left, so he couldn't card in that last position, unfortunately. But could have obviously made it earlier. He'd have got the same number of draws as it had worked out, but occasionally they really do hate you. Anyway, I need a game. Moments. 10 on the last 5 matches is minus 57. I mean, for all that, you played quite well. You played a bit erratically in terms of how I consider these things, as you're hearing, but, you know, it wasn't bad by any means. You made the correct critical decisions, I think I should say. You just made some baffling but also randomly correct decisions as well. I mean, in that position, the only real thing you were worrying about was, I think, 4th back or a Mangan Sumo. And I think I'd have preferred to just take the draw either way with 3-4 draws left to go. But no, I understand they're not wanting to put value on the board. I mean, I didn't notice any major mistakes from you, in truth. Unfortunately, you just got a bit unfortunate with a couple of your bigger hands being effectively nullified. Do we have players? Do we need players? I mean, we have 3 players. We could do with 1 more if you want to join Aegon, but obviously it's up to you. Okay. So, the game is Prospero, myself, Daikendon, Aegon. Good luck all. Cats have already been fed, so I don't need to go and do that. Largely I was feeding them because they were pestering me a bit earlier today, but you know. About half an hour before stream and doing things. That's fair. You are definitely allowed to lurk, Cairo. Okay. We will start with South. Yeah, just clear these tiles and we'll see where we are. Hopefully in some form of Pinfu. So potentially there's a risk of too many pairs here, but that's, I mean, kind of sorted it. Well, that gives me no. We're gonna EPK up into this one. I don't think we're gonna cheat away at the moment. Thank you very much. Okay, Ishanten. Come on, 7 so. So Toy Toy on an almost entirely Manzu board. And that's going to be awkward to play Thorpin against. Not impossible, but... Right, the Gendon's probably got a hand, or he's pushing rather hard, or just assuming the half CU was going to work. Either way, I'm thankful for it. Would love a 4-pin to be proven safe.
Riichi. No.
Yep, knew they had to probably have something, but Tanya only. 1500 and negates the reach. And deal Renshan. Alright, nice to get up to second for no effort. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, so if we get the early free pin, this hand is away. Obviously, alternatively, we could just pair up the 2. 9 does not a lot. Could also be a Pinzu Honitsu being built up by Prospero here. Okay. Let's give some Dora away. There's more of them, but I like the no, it wasn't called. Well, 2 cans, but I am Ishanten with many, many tiles to get me there. Alright, this is a mistake being made here. Told you it was a mistake. Wasn't a deal-in, though. That being said, this reach is going to be world-shattering if we pull it off. We can potentially incorporate that. And if we can, this is Dora 4.
Riichi.
Right. World-shattering kaboom on the 5-8. Yeah, you need to Khan this to end it here, because you do not want to have a reach going off with that many Khan Dora. Riichi Ipatsu Sumo. This could be a Yakuman. Wasn't, but, you know. Still, we hit a Baiman off of that. In this format, with no red 5s, yeah, we'll take it. Have you learned about Carnage yet? If only I could have kept the 9. If I'd have drawn an 8 instead. Oh well. It'd still been worth the same value actually, because I'd have gotten just a 2. So yeah, it would have been 10 rather than 8. So no increase. Need more cards. That would have saved them. Another Khan would have saved them. Okay.
Pong.
I am perfectly okay with that, except for the fact it's... yeah. Worst case, we can give up a Mungan here. We're not the dealer, so... Pinze Honitsu?
Riichi desu.
Ooh. Not sure I like that, Egan. Well, safety for the moment. Dealer Riichi versus the non-dealer Mungan. I'm assuming Chisoi from a discards, but it might not be.
Long.
It was not. It was a single way. Riichi only. So, effective. So, absolutely livable. I mean, obviously, it's no progress on the game, so it's not the best thing for me, but you know. Okay, free man. I mean, it could have been. I don't rate the luck being that. The luck required for that to be the case, though, was extreme. And also, you don't tend to reach those. Not that Aegon probably would reach it anyway, but, you know, just... Well, okay, that's the Honitsu sorted. And as always, we've got the awkward pairs to deal with, but... I don't especially need to force this, but we can play risky tiles in the first row, especially if nobody wants to call them.
Pong.
Pretty nice. I draw another white. I've got the real decision to make about whether I actually go for green or not. So I prefer to draw a green here. Yeah, 2 done now, so we now aren't going for the greed. We'll just take the free 6. being said, nobody wants to play pinsies. There's been one top two discarded all game. So imagine we're all doing similar things. Either pinsy waits or just dodging the obvious Honitsu that somebody might have. I couldn't tell you which ones.
Riichi. Pon.
Free pin is a safe discard, apparently. But let's go. We can bail on the whites if we absolutely need to with this hand, but... Right, it's safe, so... It's safe, and I'd have to take myself out of Tenpai to make that work, so we'll go around.
No.
That's fine.
Riichi.
I'm liking all of these small hands that people are going for. I'm absolutely liking it. Exactly what I need in my position. Possible Sanchiku. Start with North. Good draw. So I need 2 to make the Sanchiku work, and we could potentially even just upgrade it as well, depending on how things go here. Another 9, so would be nice. Hello, Mono. Ooh, I mean, that's not bad either. Yeah, okay, let's go. Mahjong, we spectated the game where Aegon decided to make the wrong moves repeatedly and win because of them. He actually finished second in the game, but it was quite amusing at one point. He just returned to his 10th down Aegon state. In this game, I hit a Baiman because there were 3 Khans on the board. And, yeah, I'm just riding that win now. Everybody's making cheap hands, which I'm perfectly okay with. OP. He didn't win that game, but at various points he made questionable moves and won because of them. At least twice. To be fair, he actually played quite well, but you know, it was just 2 in a row where he won because of that and had a commanding lead in after his dealer turn.
Riichi.
That's annoying. That is very annoying. Do I want to challenge this? Let's go round. So it could be a T5 weight, ultimately, but... Why would you give me this? Well, I can play 9-8 and just hope I pair up the 2, I guess. But... one side's also safe if in that world happens, but it's fine. We go with the value. We now know we have Dora 2, so that limits what that hand can be. T-pin was safe after all this time.
Sumo.
4-7.
Riichi. Sumo. Tanya.
Okay, 4,000 is not a value I'm worried about too much. Obviously now the dealer Mangan range has been hit. But we're in East. We're in East. I'm going to have to win more hands to do this anyway. We'll go over that way around then. So 7-man would be a great little draw right now. Prospect again purging middle tiles in a suit. So we'll keep an eye on that. Might end up into a close 7 weight, unfortunately, the way we're going, but yeah, we'll take it if it comes to it, in truth. Alright, most likely Pinsy then. Nah, we'll stick with what we're doing. Alright, that's not the worst. Let's cut. So I can cut this and secure that as a pair, and if I'm going to do that, I might as well play the 5 anyway. Oh, Aegon doesn't have to worry about that. It's fine. Nobody's at... Their power levels are dropped under 9,000. No, you're on 18.5.
Pong.
Okay. Awkward. Alright. 5 set. Ishanten. Pair of 9s. Oof. No. And 2 of my probable final winners are just gone. Which is not leaving a lot of them left, actually. Stop playing my winners out. I need those. Could switch it up, but... I think given everything, and since I'm going to need that 7 anyway, we're just going to do this. Have Britannia. Give ourselves the option of just calling in... Well, 3 pin's already gone now, but you know. Give us the option of calling 7 and going for that hand, I guess. Apparently we have not learned. We have not learned.
Riichi.
Late game Riichi. Let's go. 2 to go. Riichi, Tanya 1, and Kandora. So many 4s and 7s played. No, Aegon's going. Haven't heard the thing you usually go for in a while. What thing? Late reach to make everybody fold? I mean, I go for that all the time, it just never works. Koshi? That was not a Kokushi hand under any definition. And I didn't say possible Itsu. That was I did say possible Itsu earlier. I saw Agen having one and he decided immediately no. Probably correctly, but you know. I have to judge him for it anyway. Grilled chicken with mayo. I don't mind mayo, but no. I wouldn't have a chicken and mayo sandwich. Tuna mayo, possibly, but that's the thing. I use it with tuna for a binding agent and things, but you know. Guess gave me like, indeed, but besides, you know, I mean, I could say this is a possible Itsu, and technically that would be true, but it would also be kind of ridiculous. I've tried to be a bit more discerning about what my hands can possibly be these days.
Boom.
This is going to be a chun only. But it moves second place off the dealer. Everything is a possible Itsu. This is no longer a possible Itsu. Yeah, this cannot be an Itsu. Could still be a Sanchi Kidoko though. Thanks, Agen. Alright, naked weight on the 8-pin. Let's go. I mean, to be fair, I've already shown that my hand's nothing really to worry about. They can read that clear as day, but yeah, fair enough. And also fair enough. Agen had the Tanyo for foul. Yeah. Hey, we managed to force everybody to play quick hands. I'm gonna say I did that, even though it probably had nothing to do with my calls, but you know. 1,000-point wins. That's how we just, you know, just win off that Baiman. That was their fault. We've opened up a chun. 5-pin. I don't know that we will go Honitsu here, but we've opened up a chun. We can call anything. Yeah, way south. Also, he says, we're definitely going Honitsu now. We would be foolish not to. Alright, maybe we're going to Suanko this. Oh, I kind of wanted to go for the Suanko attempt, but okay. Honitsu Toi Toi Chun. You know, unless the 5 came up from Agen, of course. 5's not coming up from Agen. I mean, everything's a big hand if I throw it like this. Yeah, it's not gonna spoil. Having already done so. Oh, god damn it. I mean, I might as well go calm next time round, actually, in truth. There's a white dragon we could potentially Riichi this. That would it would be totally unfair, but we could do it.
Kan.
Gave up a double Dora for this, so let's hope it's worth it. In fact, double Dora would be the same as Onitsu, so... Nine Man is walled, but it's not being played, so I've got to assume people have... Oh, god darn it! I would have got 4 Dora out of that. Two Wests, so that's looking done. Yeah, we'll play West here. I'm probably going to end up being on this white dragon, although I have a weird feeling it's not going to work.
Pong.
Yeah, White and Hatsu haven't been played, and there's the only person who's got chins is myself. So, I know, one Hatsu. But they're suggesting that either I've got to hope there's some in the wall, or it's just...
Kan.
Obvious hand is obvious. Again, I've just got to hope that one of them's got it in the wall. Sankatsu, probably not this late in the game, but you never know. I've got to finish the hand I've got at the moment, let's be honest. Come on, white dragon off the top. One time. Green dragon. Wrong one. Nope. Aiden had it. We could even have discarded it earlier as well. Ah well. It's fine, we get our draw. But I'll always regret discarding those Dora. Right, north. I mean, two quick calls. I've got to be kind of wary of this as a dealer, but my hand is also quite quick. Mind you, I don't have... Other than getting Aegon off the dealer button, I don't have a great incentive to be going all in on this hand. Especially given it's going to be reach only. Maybe pin 2. The last hand had some value, so... yeah, let's cut off the closed weight. Okay, Ishanten. Fortunately, all my pairs are middle, but... We draw another one, we tend to give a Salanko draw. Or draw a 6-man and start eventually changes to Ipeko. Kind of worried that was going to go Aegon's way, actually. That was going to end up being this a Honroto or something. But alas, it's just a goal from Prospero. Sure. So you have a Cheetoy. Potentially have other things, but we'll worry about that as and when. Temptation to call that. 6 we know was safe a couple of turns ago. But these are only safe-ish tile. And yeah, that's just gone. Alright, Aegon picking up a double Yakuhai 29. Sansa remembers. He does remember. But I also knew it was fine. Also, hi, Rise. How are we doing? I mean, for all that, Aegon's still 16,000 ahead of me. For all that, still 16,000, despite this minor rampage he's on. Would like to stop it one of these times, but... I mean, this is reasonable for Tanyo attack. We only got the white and the 9 to cut, so... And the white's going to be safe. Pair of whites after 2 have gone. Perfect. As all things should be. Certainly after a work week. Or moving into a work weekend. Both equally bad. Getting there. Boo. Fair enough. Nice. Ishanten. Ishanten for Tanya to shut Aegon down. Don't even need to reach this. There's 2 9s already played, 3 9s already played actually, so we can just go down with this. I should keep calls on though, because I might calm. I probably wouldn't, but we might. Door free. Ah. You know what, Aegon? Reach. I need that extra win. Wrong 9. At least for me. There we go. We did need an extra 1. And I think we hit a referee with that.
Riichi,
Yep. That is unfortunate. That is not the tiles. That's not what you need. But yeah, I was just trying to deal with Aegon's Mangan. I was expecting one myself. All right, this hand is a mess. Therefore, we are going to do the thing. Yeah, as I say, I just wanted to deal with Aegon's hand. I didn't want to. Yeah, okay, let's go. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we started at 7. Let's go anyway. Dear. It's fine. It's all fine. We're just starting on 7. What could possibly go wrong with this? I'm dealer. I've got a huge advantage. Let's just play this silly. And, of course, build up as many pairs as we can. Okay, 1 pin north, green, white. I'm in a 24k lead. I can afford to do this. I just didn't fancy going from 7 out to try something else. And I am very likely to just cheat-away this. 3 Hatsu's gone. 2 Norths. Backstabbery! Backstabbery makes everything better. That is all the Hatsus. It's been cleared. We can't win with this hand. Which is a shame, but there you go. It's amazing the number of safe tiles you have after trying this. Yeah, it's a sumo, but not a huge one. I mean, I started with 7. My hand was abysmal whichever way round I wanted to go for it. I just figured, you know what, I'm in a commanding lead. I don't need to chase this. Anyway, let's see what we get this time. I mean, technically this is a Kokushi from 6. We can go Kokushi from 6 here. You know what, why not? Kokushi from 6. Which is so mathematically insignificant that it's not on the chart. Alsama barely counts, unfortunately. Well, looks like Prospero wants Manzi tiles, so I'm going to deliberately delay them. Looks like Agen's going for the quick hand. That's good for us. No, there's skill in Sanma. Once you get to the higher levels of it, there is actually skill. There is a skill ceiling in Sanma. I don't especially get too invested in it, unfortunately, but you know, I have come to respect it as its own thing. Just have a game. I mean, I could, but that seems like cheating. They're in a tight battle for second. I don't want to interfere with that. Beyond, you know, taking over Dora. I can still chant to this nonsense. Yeah, exactly. Agen says he doesn't need help, and I wouldn't, you know, insult Agen by helping him. Not deliberately, anyway. Besides which, if I get more chances, I get more cockshy attempts. He's going for the same hand as me. That's rather annoying. But equally, that's not very valuable. Unless he has a pair of these. What Agen is saying is he just doesn't want to win.
Chi.
And suddenly, here comes a Shadowhawk. It was decided, let's try and end this. Get on him.
Pong.
Ooh. Not the direction I thought it was going to be.
Pong.
Well, this game's going to win somewhere. I don't know. T9's played. There's an outside chance he wants it, but... Mostly I'm just trying to avoid dealing into Prospero at this point. Game's proceedings. That is, however... 3-8's gone. It's not definitely walled off, but it's a reasonably safe one for us now. Why would you give me one more call, Agen? That deals into Daikendon, that was fine. Dragon only. Alright, Kokushi attempt. Number 3, starting with... 3. You know what? Even I've got to admit, this one's probably unlikely. West. But the Kokushi attempt. I'm not a... you know what? All hands are a Tenho attempt that fails. We have to accept that some hands are a Kokushi attempt that isn't on. God damn it. That extends the game. That just means Agen's got to push for a hand. He can do it. Alright with that. Free pairs Tanyo, maybe? Guess that's the best plan for the moment. Nicely done. What do I want to do here? All things being equal, I think we cut this. I obviously want to keep the 6, 7, 8 Sanch Q chance alive, although I don't know why. I'm not that interested in value. Six man would be very nice here, Reagan. Things just not very nice. See? They cannot would have given me a 6 man.
G.
Live Chun, let's go. Don't know why you'd pause over it for that long if you've done. You know, I was just again hoping to give some value to the other two. Right. 6. Doesn't especially matter, but I guess we have an outside chance of switching to Sanch Q. Again, for value I don't need. Alright, Mungan. 11-6. And now I do have to get a hand. Not over yet. Again, you can still do it. Not over. But with 2 repeats, if I can hit Prospero for a Mungan, that will be it. Let's throw Dora out immediately. Go on. Show me the value. Egan's got his Mungan shot. I said I wasn't going to help him, and I mean it, but you know, now we have a battle on our hands. Let's keep going. And of course, pair dropped. Okay, 369 for a wait on some combination of 369. Wrong 9 and wrong 3.
Riichi.
Okay, that might do as well. I can deal in. Hanneman exact deal in would be annoying, and that would tie, and I think I win on priority. So I think I can afford to give Daikendon a win here. Now it's probably middle Pinzu, but
Sumo.
there we go. Sumo. Don't need to. He can win it himself.
Riichi. Sumo. Ipeiko.
Ends positive, but more importantly, that secures the game for me, so we'll take it. GG. And Agen, despite I gave him the Dora to try, but that's as much as I could have done to help him on his quest for second. Good game. Yeah, that was unfortunate. There was a couple of unfortunate things happening there for you, unfortunately, Daikendon, but again, we can kind of review that a little bit, I guess. Hold on. So, small dealing we're not going to bother with. What's the big one? I mean, we should probably have a look at this nonsense. Again, just because, you know, but nonsense. Let's go to turn 10, when we have 3 Khans on the board, just to see what everybody's working with at this stage. So Agen is Tenpai for 2-3 with seemingly no Yaku, other than Rinshan. So Agen doing Agen things. Prospero is Ishanten for Honitsu. Daikendon is looking reasonable, and in truth. See, I think this is the insanity of it. There are 4 Khans on the board. There are 3 Khans on the board, and nobody's actually Tenpai at this stage of the game. At least Tenpai with something that can win. Until now, of course. But and then just Sumo, which unfortunately is just something that happens. Ishanten for Ryan. I mean, we like to see Ryan every now and then. Ooh, double Dora hand, which is quite nice. What else? There was the Mungan deal in here. Let's just have a quick look at what we were working with at the time. So I have just reached this point on the 6-9. Which, yeah, oh, this is my era 3. Yeah, this is a nothing reach. Unfortunately, this is just... Yeah, Agen's got the toy, so that's the kind of concern as well. And then here, yeah, 9 is fully understandable in this position. Unknown board, I'm starting Tanpin. And then I hit a referee. So that's not your fault. You can't, you know. That should not have been a hand of that value. So we're not going to count that as a mistake. And then it was the big Prospero deal in here, I think. Which again, let's just have a look. So obviously Prospero has hit Tenpai. He's got 2 Dora, 3-6 on that thing. I mean, Yuri Shanten with a hand here. No dealer turns left. Yeah, no, I can understand the deal in here. You're in last place. You have to take some risks, and unfortunately this one doesn't pay off. And then obviously the last win. But, I mean, there's only those 2 big hands, really. It was just unfortunately not able to finish up other things. Whether that's a minor efficiency mistake or just unfortunate luck is obviously only you can know that at this point. But Again, I don't think you were playing badly. From what I could see and tell, you just got unlucky. And honestly, a referee is the epitome of just getting unlucky. Okay, we have an unknown in chat. Or at least an unknown queued up for a game. I say that because this is a bunch of Japanese or Chinese characters. How's the ranking so far? I need to update the table, I've got to be honest. I have a feeling I'm on top, but I don't know for sure. I'd have to look it up. I can play one more or host one more, but we'll see if it goes in the next few minutes. Otherwise, I will just probably call it and go and get some sleep and also dinner. But see how it goes. And yeah, I'll see about updating the table at some point this weekend. Probably. Hold on. No, Karagi Mungan is not on. Number is at 2. But I'm kind of... This is sort of the third game theory. I know the third game's always going to be bad. But if you want to join, I'm happy to play one more. And lose. And make many, many more Kokushi attempts from low numbers. I mean, I think that would break Sold if we had that many people. But still. No worries. Alright, I'm going to call it there. Thanks for joining me for the stream. We'll definitely be doing this again next week. Hopefully I'm going to start a bit more on time and promptly this time, because I've had a few bits and pieces going on. Busy week at work, but... Anyway, I'll also probably be doing some late night streaming to try and get myself up through the Tenho ranks on Twitch, and we'll see how things go with that. So anyway, yeah, thanks for joining me. Catch you later.